Thank you guys for subscribing to this. This is gonna be awesome. I am so glad that you're here. This is day 1 of our 5-day daily movement and mobility series. First, what we're gonna go over today, we're gonna go over breathing. And you're thinking, okay, why do I need to put my email in for you to tell me how to breathe? Well, there's several reasons. Breathing is the most important movement that we do every day. Improper breathing can promote faulty movement patterns, okay? Why is that important? Well, it can be the contributor to some low back discomfort, weak abdominals, and tight hip flexors. Or it could be the reason why you're having so much tension in your upper neck and your shoulders. If you want to increase your aerobic capacity, proper breathing is crucial. Okay, if you can increase the amount of oxygen in which you can consume, your ability to recover from exercise is that much better. You get out of breath going for a walk, going up the stairs. If you can breathe properly through these things, this will help increase that aerobic capacity, thus increase recovery. So now I'm going to go over what proper breathing should look like. First, actually, let me digress and talk about what improper breathing looks like. Any of this look familiar? That's the pattern that we want to avoid, okay? Proper breathing looks something like this. When I just did that, I was able to actually pull in more oxygen. What you want to do, you want to put your hands right at your waist, and I want you just to think about expanding your hands 360 degrees, okay? So we're going to do this, we're going to breathe in. Very minimal movement from the chest, more so from the trunk, really working on that diaphragmatic breathing. That diaphragm is our breathing muscle, and it's very, very important to help us breathe properly. Try it again one more time, and I'm gonna do it from the side. You can do these drills in the morning to set yourself up for the day, or you can do them when you're done exercising, so to enhance your recovery. Okay, so now I want to show you how we're going to do it laying down. Sometimes it's a little bit easier laying down because everything is much more relaxed. So you're just going to lay on your mat, and all you're going to do is you're just going to breathe. Think about expanding that trunk 360 degrees around. And if you notice, I am breathing through my nose and out my mouth. That's just shown to get a little bit more oxygen consumption in that way. Okay, now we're gonna go over the 90-90 breathing drill. You're gonna get close to a wall, and you're gonna have your hips and your knees 90 degrees. Okay, you're gonna splay your toes out and push them flat against the ground, okay? If you have something to put here, like a foam roller or a soccer ball or something, you could use that as well. We wanna make sure our low back is on the ground the whole time, and our butt is tight and squeezed. And from here, all we're gonna do is breathe. Next, we're gonna go over a dead bug progression. This is gonna work a lot of the core muscles, most importantly, your transverse abdominis, the lower ab portion, which is also a very key contributor into proper breathing. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna lay down, Okay, we're gonna make sure our low back is flat against the ground. Nothing like this, okay? We're actually gonna tuck our hips in a bit to get our low back flat. Okay, now what we're gonna do, probably some of you can already feel this working. So now all I want you to do is you're gonna bring one leg up, back down, one leg up, and back down. Okay, if that's simple for you, again, we want to make sure that the low back is on the ground. I also like to tell you not to flare the ribs, but to keep the ribs down and the butt tucked in. Okay, those are the easiest two things to think about. Ribs down, butt tucked in. Now we're going to bring both legs up and we're just going to hold it and breathe. From here, we're going to bring one heel down to the ground, keeping our low back on the ground, all while still breathing. Don't hold your breath. Once that gets easy, we can add our arms straight up. Whenever one foot kicks down, this arm comes back, like so. Okay, you've mastered this one. Now we're going to kick our legs straight out, keeping our low back on the ground the whole time. If you cannot get past this progression without your low back staying on the ground, really find the progression that works best for you and work on that until you get stronger and progress into the other one. Okay, now we're going to do a bridge progression. When we bridge, when we're doing a glute bridge, we want to think about posteriorly tilting our pelvis and squeezing our glutes as hard as we can. It's going to look something like this. You're going to tilt the butt in first and then squeeze, come up, then back down. I almost want you to think about pinching a penny in between your butt cheeks. You're pinching, squeeze, then up, and then back down. You'll see a lot of people just want to go like this haphazardly, but they're not engaging their glutes at all. So squeeze, here. Now, if that's easy, we're going to do one leg. Bring one leg up, 90 degrees, really squeeze, tilt here, and then up, back down. Squeeze, back down. And the other one. Squeeze. All right, guys, for the wall drivers, you're going to be leaned up against the wall. You're going to be planted on one leg, and you're going to feel that leg work, okay? Because you're stabilizing your entire body on one leg. You're going to come here and back. Squeezing your glute when you kick back, and then you'll switch. Nice and simple. Do 3 rounds of 10 of these, you'll feel it. All right, for our last thing, one of my favorites is a hip flexor stretch with a posterior tilt. So you're going to put your feet here, flat foot here. You don't want to bring your foot in front of your knee because then you'll get a little bit wobbly. So bring it right in line with your hip. Now we talked about tilting our pelvis in when we were doing our glute bridge. Same idea here. You're going to tilt, squeeze the butt cheek that's down, okay? The butt that's down, you're going to squeeze and then back. Squeeze and back. I'll show you on the other side what that looks like. Squeeze and back. Notice how I'm not just shoving myself forward, but I'm actually, all the movement is coming from my pelvis here. You can add an arm reach if you want to. And that's it, guys. I did this on my porch because I wanted to show you guys that it doesn't have to be at a gym. You can do it in your living room. You can do it in a hotel room. You can do it at a gym. But I wanted to show you guys that as long as you're getting up and moving, that it doesn't really matter where you're at. And obviously there's no equipment needed besides a yoga mat, but if you have a rug, you can do it on your rug. So anyways, guys, I hope that you really like this. Let me know if you have any questions. Post your pictures and your videos to the Facebook group, and stay tuned for tomorrow, day 2.